And here's Sharon and Beth. Oh, almost got the full house here. So, and a lot of these people are regulars, but we got some new people here. So, when I'm here, that's right, Frank. Just like coming and doing something to stretch yourself out of your comfort zone. Um, so I'm teaching myself ads and webinars. So I plan to share that with you, but I have to like follow my face privately before I share because I want to make sure I'm sharing my cautionary tale, like don't do the stupid thing I did. So first I have to go out there and try it and make my mistakes privately. And then I'm going to share all the good stuff on ads and webinars as we go on. But we've got 4 months for me to kind of learn privately and then share. All right. So everybody look around in the chat and get a sense of who's here, but you'll get to know them more as we move forward. This is our first session. And my quote for the day, you're not too old and it's never too late. I don't want to hear any blame excuses because I myself used to think like, because I'm 62 now, like, oh, I'm too old to learn this technology. Oh, well, thank you. In my day, but, no, I have to stop talking like that. I'm a self-help book author. I have to be really confident. Thank you. I do look great. I don't even feel that way, but that's okay. Well, thank you, Cindy. And you look gorgeous. What was I saying? Oh, yes, that no excuses over here, no blame excuses. A lot of the technology has gotten so simple that there's absolutely no excuse. And I'm going to make it even simpler for you because I've been doing it. And that's, I can see how simple it is. And I'm going to make it small steps so you understand how to do everything. And by the way, I was thinking about this, and I want you guys to know that since my son was born, I've been making more money than ever before. So that's like from 50 on have been the best income years of my life. So I don't want to hear any blame excuses about age. So I wanted to start with the hot tip about improving your mindset and organization, because that's part of this. And the fact that I'm a master mindset coach definitely helps. And I've seen this when working with people that if you don't watch out, you can keep yourself back. So I just want to give you some quick recaps of some of my favorite go-to mindset and organizational things that I want you to keep in mind. And by the way, this is going to be in the library, so you can go back and screenshot this, or you can screenshot it with your phone now. What legacy do you wish to leave with your work? Who do you want to help people with most? These are all things that will help you to really narrow focus in on what you want to do and keep you in an excited, passionate state so you keep doing it. What pain points and transformations, and you're going to hear me keep repeating this when I go over your work. I really believe this. This is my religion. So welcome to my religion here. You have to figure out how to be you-ier. That's your secret sauce, whatever makes you you-ier. I'm sort of like quirky, funny, like kind of colorful designs. That's kind of my you-ier edge. Your story, you definitely need your hero's journey story. Absolutely important on your about page. You should never ever write an about page in third person, like Karen is this, you should always do it from your heart because you want to be, people want to feel you, and you want to be what I call lovable. And that's where you earn trust. And that's what makes people want whatever you're selling, what you're having. And then style, like the general look and feel of your brand. And then I want you to think of yourself as a scientist of what's working and what's not. So you don't feel bad if you fail at something. You're just like, oh, well, that was information. I learned something. You get curious instead of furious is what I say. So I want you to regularly look at what you're doing and figure out what's working, what's not, why didn't it work. Do A/B tests in your email broadcasts. Don't worry, this is our first session. I'm going to be covering a lot of this, but I just want to put this in your brain and have it kind of tickle your brain a little. So, but we have 4 months together, so you don't have to get this all in the first session, but I'm planting seeds here. I'm always checking my Google Analytics, and also Neil Patel google.com/Uber suggest. You can see whatever pages on your website are getting the most action on that. So you can screenshot that and look. Google yourself regularly. See what shows up when you Google your name, and make sure you're showing up above things like Amazon if you have a book, or somebody who interviewed you on your podcast. You want them going to your website. And I'm going to give you tricks on how to make sure that that does happen. One of my clients who has also become a friend, because sometimes when I work with people, they become friends, is Christine Carlson of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And I could not believe it, but she was not ranking for Don't Sweat the Small Stuff for her website. And that was because her website was called don'tsweat.com. And it didn't have the full SEO name of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. So other people were getting her traffic. So even though her URL was Don't Sweat, I had her go in and put Don't Sweat the Small Stuff and Don't Sweat the Small Stuff series above the fold, which is like the top banner. And then her husband, who was kind of the original creator of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, Richard Carlson, was a little more famous than her. And other people were getting his traffic because she listed things in an homage to him as his name first, Richard and Christine Carlson. And that separated the name Richard from the word Carlson, because her name and Christine was in between. So I told her to switch it and do Christine and Richard Carlson. And then Google picks up Richard Carlson. So then she gets the traffic for all of Richard Carlson searches, which were a lot. And she did that, traffic went up, and she made a lot more money because of that. A few little tweaks like that, sometimes just a few little tweaks. So I'm saying this, put this in your mind. We're going to be talking about it over the next 4 months, might even trigger something for you right now. And study your competition. So think of yourself as a scientist. Create a Google Drive document where you store your best quotes. I do that for my quote posters, thoughts, business ideas. I just have it in one place, so I don't have to search on my computer like, where was that? Oh, I thought I had to. It's just one Google Drive document where I store all my little treasure trove ideas. And then I go in there. Sometimes I dip in there if I want to do a quote poster. I'll do the same quote in a couple different designs if I know it really resonates. Start your day with an actual scheduled plan. It's very easy when you're an entrepreneur just to kind of think loosey-goosey, but schedule things. Schedule, ConvertKit emails, blog post, like put it in so you know when you're supposed to do it. And also start off with positive mindset and end your day appreciating, like looking back and celebrating your wins for yourself. And then I'm showing you this for a couple of reasons. I came up with this silly idea yesterday. I just started up a Society 6 shop because I surveyed my people, and my people told me that they wanted my posters actually on posters and coffee cups. So talk to your people. I sent out an email about some of my new posters, and a lot of people voluntarily said, oh, I'd love that on a coffee cup, or I'd love that on a poster, I'd love that on a tee. So at first I thought, oh, do I have to get a licensing deal? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 2023. Society 6 is so easy. I just uploaded all of this stuff. And then I'm a coffee person. And then I was just thinking, like, I love funny coffee cups. So then yesterday I'm like, wake up, you gorgeous badass. It's just like a couple words. It took me 3 seconds to do on Canva, put it in the shop, sent it out this morning already, sold a couple of them. So quick and easy. And that brings me to another thing, is multiple income streams. So I make money from books, from courses, from coaching, now from Society 6, from being an affiliate for other people. So think of yourself not only as selling what you're doing, but like the one main thing, but think of all the multiple income streams that you can do. And this was quick and easy. It didn't take much time at all. Speaking of multiple income streams, I am an affiliate for Thrivecart. I recommend it all the time because it helps me triple my income. When people buy a course, and even right now with the MasterMind, I had an upsell that you could get if you bought the MasterMind. You can get me at half price for 1 hour. But it actually has like all these upsells. It has cart abandonment. It has so many things in it, and it has an affiliate program. And if you guys buy ThriveCart through my affiliate link, in the next couple months, I'm starting a page on my website, Not Salmon Recommends, and I will recommend you on my site if it's something I can get an affiliate fee from. So if it's a course, if it's coaching, something like that, an ebook, I will sell it with the ThriveCart affiliate link. And I have a free ThriveCart seminar, which I did like a month or so ago, which I will put into this MasterMind's library for you to watch, so you can see how to use ThriveCart and see why I love it. It's literally tripled my income between cart abandonment and the multiple upsells. Plus, you could use it for courses. So if you want to start a course and you haven't yet, even though I use Teachable and I recommend Teachable, at this point, I wish I didn't have Teachable because I'm handcuffed to Teachable. I have like 8 courses back there. But ThriveCart is one fee, not monthly fees. And Teachable charges me $120 every month. ThriveCart is $600. You're in your app for life. That's it. And that you can put your courses up there. You can have your affiliate program. It has everything. And I'm recommending it from my heart, but I'm also an affiliate. And when you see the video in the library, you'll see why. And I have this link on my website to resources. It's in the drop down. I'm going to include that also. And it has all my resources, because a lot of people say, well, what do you use for this? What do you use for that? I wound up becoming an affiliate for all of my resources because I can recommend from my heart, but why not get a little cash? You don't pay anymore. Like when you buy ThriveCart, it's the same price. You don't have to pay anything more to have me as affiliate. So think of yourself. You can also be an affiliate for me, but I'm saying so much already, I have to stop. But anyway, think of yourself as having multiple income streams. And I'll be talking more about ThriveCart coming up. So now it's hot throne time, where I stop talking a little. And the main people for today are Frank, Sheila, Faith, Melissa, Laura, and somebody who wants to just jump on. And I called it Hot Throne because I was going to call it Hot Seat. But then I felt like that kind of was negative, like hot seat. I didn't want to scare anybody. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know if I'd want to be on the hot seat. And then I was looking for an image for hot seat inside a Canva. And it shows you, for some reason, a toilet seat came up. And I'm like, this is not what I want to represent. So then I'm like, no, it should be much more. And then I'm like, hot throned. So then I found this beautiful red. I mean, I love that throne chair. So I'm going to put you on the hot throne. We're going to elevate you. We're going to make you feel fantastic being there. And what I do is, if you can send me something in mass, that helps you to get the most out of me, because I can prepare a little. But I'm kind of okay on being spontaneous too. So with that said, before I start, any questions or comments? This is your chance to unmute yourself, wave at me, and ask me or say something. Anybody want to do that before we begin? No? Okay. Then we'll just jump right in. But wait, Kim is here now. So she's joining. So, hey, Kim, welcome. We're about to just get started. I just gave a little bit of an intro to some of the new people and some other stuff too.
Apologies, I'm late. Hello, everybody. It's great to see you.
That's Kim. Kim's wonderful. Kim's a masterminder from before, and I love her. I love all of my people. I got to tell you, it's like I feel like very lucky. Everybody is doing really good in the world. They're really wanting to help people. They're fun. They're smart. They're warm. So and everybody who's been in my mastermind, you can see there's only good people. I'm really lucky like that. Okay. So let us begin with Melissa. And by the way, I screenshot your emails, but if you have anything that's slightly embarrassing in there, then I won't share the email or I'll kind of white out something that I feel. Um, but I also want people to feel that they're not alone. And so sometimes something of what you'll say, I feel will resonate. Like there's somebody who sent me an email about feeling like a perfectionist and that keeping them stuck. And I left that copy in because I felt like that would resonate with a lot of people. So, Melissa, say hi.
Hi, everybody. How are we?
You can unmute yourself.
Hello,
Melissa.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hi, Melissa.
Okay. Hi, how are you? How's everybody?
Here, I'll pin you.
Okay.
So Melissa's new. We had a quick session the other day, and it was definitely action-packed. And I'm going to go to Melissa's site. I have her links up top, and we'll tell you, well, we reduced the adverts on her site, and we'll talk about that first. So when I went to Melissa's site, she had ads up here. Do you want to describe it, Melissa?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so silly. Sometimes you just do the wrong thing and you don't know until someone just says, oh, this, like, all I can see is ads. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that would really irritate me. And that the message is not really clear. What is this website? So I can understand why people would go to the website and go, oh, this is just adverts. I'm not getting anything from this information. So it's just, when you said it, it was just so obvious.
Yeah. So, and I know a lot of people, if you're not making money from selling your things, you think it's good to have ads up there. I'm not completely opposed to ads, but I would say and I was so both happy that you were so quick to change it, but also like, oh shit, I can't show people.
Yeah, we should have screenshot it first. But I mean, yeah, there was the blue banner at the top. In between the blue banner and I guess you'd say the green banner, Tiffany green, there was this big wide, Google ads that they are. And so that was there. Then when you scroll, then you had the cruise shop save, and then you had another row of adverts, and it was almost like, I guess Google ads do a good job because they immerse it with your website, but it comes to the point where it's like, well, is this an advert for, I think there was Mulberry products, something, there was clothing, and I was like, well, no, it's nothing to do with what I'm trying to get across. I'm trying to provide a service. So yeah, yes. I was quick to add.
And it was confusing what your main service was, and it looked like products, which by the way, I do think it's good. So why don't you, I'll let you speak. Why don't you tell people what the main, your main goal of the site is, or I can sum it up what I think it is, but I'd rather hear you say it.
Okay. All right. So I used to work in the cruise ship industry, and I used to provide port and shopping information for cruises, for, when the ships were going into the ports of call. We provide maps and we provide coupons and shopping and port advice. And when I got made redundant a couple of years ago, I was like, I've got all this information. I need to put it. Everybody wants this. Anyone going on a cruise must want this information. I'm going to put it all on a website. It's going to be amazing. And everyone's going to download it. And 3 years later, I'm still trying to figure it out. And I'm a bit lost. So basically you go to the website, you click on the cruise ports that you're going to, download the maps. Not all the maps are there. Not all the coupons are there, actually, I must say. If anybody goes here, there's things missing. And that's it. And then the way I would monetize is, I guess, the same as the way we used to do it on cruise ships. The retailers and the brands would pay advertising and commission, which is really long-winded, complicated. Oh, there's one ad, I guess, still at the bottom. But
the Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's my Amazon.
This is Amazon down here.
Yeah, that's my affiliate link, my Amazon affiliate link.
Yeah.
I just qualified.
Yes. Yeah.
Excuse me, Karen, are you thinking that you're sharing your screen with us? Am I the only one that can't see it?
I can see it.
I can see it too.
You are sharing your screen?
I can see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, I'll dig. Sorry.
Wait, who can't see my screen? Who was that said that? Who said that they couldn't see it?
You're on mute, Wanda.
Oh,
Wanda. Yeah.
I know.
Can
I
you,
don't know
wait, is there anybody else who can't see the screen?
because I normally see screens. I don't want to hijack everybody. I'll figure it out.
Okay, but I just need a show of hands. Okay, so or the opposite. Is there anybody else who can't see the screen? I'll just ask that because otherwise it could be a bigger issue. Then Wanda, I'm surprised you can't see the screen.
I am too. I just I'll check my settings though, and I've checked my view, and I'll find somewhere I must have turned it off or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm so sorry for the interruption.
No, I'm sorry too. I wish you could see it.
I'll make sure I can find it.
Yeah.
You may want to log in again.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Log out and log in, maybe.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, I'll let you back in when you come back. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Melissa, because we have so many people on the hot throne, I'm glad that you shared that, but I am now going to blurt. Okay, I'm going to tell you more things because I only shared a couple of things. Now we're going to share more things. Okay, so you're called Cruise Shop Save. You don't have to repeat it here because it's right over here. And I say word spendthrift. And so you want to try, they already know Cruise Shop Save. So you're not telling them any new information. So what you have to do here, you're actually, you're repeating it too, but I would rather you say it in a new way of what you do and lead with the thing that is their biggest pain point or biggest need. If it's right now, give them new information. If it's about the only Baba Boop who does bobbity bob, something like that, because this is just saying the same thing 3 ways. And I want you to try to get in differently. Like, for example, my Stop Emotional Eating course, oh wait, 2 people waiting. Hold on a second. 2 people. Admit and admit. Okay. So for example, I like to double dip, triple dip. I joke that I'm greedy, like about words and SEO and how I say things. So for my Stop Emotional Eating course, I realized that the word stop emotional eating might not resonate with everybody. Like somebody might not, oh, I'm not an emotional eater, I'm a stress eater. Or I'm not an emotional eater, I'm a binge eater. I'm not an emotional eater, I'm an overeater. So I know that there's going to be different things that's going to get them to go, oh, that's me. Oh, that's my pain point. My pain point is this. My need is that. So throughout the page, even though the course is called Stop Emotional Eating, I switch up my words. And I also do that for SEO as well as for marketing reasons. So I try to get them with this and that. And in fact, my Stop Emotional Eating page ranks on first page of Google search for both stop emotional eating and binge eating. So, and what you want to do is think about how people would find you in a Google search. Okay. What are they searching for? Are they searching for cruise ports? Are they searching what is your number one big money maker? Is it helping them with the cruise port thing? Is that the biggest money maker?
I'm not making any money.
No, I don't.
Sorry.
Okay, for now, say the word
Okay.
yet. I'm not making any money
Oh, I'm not making any money yet.
yet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm still like in psychology land too, but I still think like that. I can't let you say that sentence.
It's okay.
But is the biggest potential money going to be from cruise ports?
Yes.
Okay. So I am going to be talking about this a lot, and I even have an article on my site that will help you, but I'm going to show you the laziest, easiest way to figure out what people are searching for with cruise ports, right? Is to ask Google. So cruise ports, now might be because I'm in New York, this is coming up.
Yeah.
But cruise ports near me.
Yeah.
And then if I even put in cruise ports, I look here, world's hottest vacation. I try to learn what people are looking for. Okay. Now, sometimes they have related searches down here, show you what people, this shows what people are looking for. So what you would do is you take the language that you know people are looking for, and then you use it in your website, because those are popular phrases of what people are looking for. So you even look what's in here, cruise departure ports or whatever.
I just wrote that down. Yeah.
Yeah. And you let Google teach you. Now, on my website, I wrote an article and I did it. Remember I told you about the Google Drive doc that I like to have? This is the way that it also serves as a Google Drive doc. These are free tools for you to figure out what words to use on posts, okay? And because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at your blog really quickly. But on my site, in my search bar, I took all my favorite things, and you can find it yourself by just typing in free SEO, 44 free SEO tools that if you go to this article, and I partially did it for me, I could just like, oh, what should I do? Like, let me look in here, answer the public. So here's one I'll show you really quickly. Enter a topic or a brand, okay? Cruise ports, okay? Search. And this will tell you related phrases that people are doing for cruise ports. And then you give the people what they want. So it's still loading. I apologize. It comes up like a little circle. Here it is. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Famous cruise ports information. How many cruise ports? What ports do cruise ships leave from? You take all of this and you let that inspire your copy. And especially on your homepage, make it rich with the things that people are searching for most, because that's how people can find you. And even if they don't find you from a Google search, it tells you what people want. And then even if nobody finds you yet from Google, you know that this is what people want. People want to know the safest cruise ports. They want to know worst cruise ports, right? They want to know things like this. So you give the people what they want. That's on my site as a free article. And you have to really get into the mind of your buyer and put that up on your website. Okay.
Right.
Now, the other thing that we did for you was your blog. And you went ahead and you did something very fast. Okay. So your blog was very short, and now it isn't, because what you did was for your blog. Why don't you tell people what you had on your blog, and then I'll show them what.
Right. So time is always short. So I had this great idea that I would interview a cruise influencer or a blog of another cruise vlogger, and I would just put that. It requires no editing. It's just natural. You interview someone, it's great. And I'm comfortable doing that. And then I would just stick that on my website as a blog and just write 1 or 2 lines. This is this, this is that.
Yeah.
1 or 2 lines, nothing else. And that was it. And then I linked all their material.
Then you link to the other person instead of to your YouTube channel. So you're sending traffic to somebody else instead of to your YouTube channel. So I've seen that before. People have up so many videos of other people and they're not promoting themselves. And then you're sending them off to fall in love with somebody else, Yeah. So what I said to help you save time was to change all your YouTube videos to have transcripts, because YouTube has that baked in for free. Then to take the transcript and then put that on your blog. But what I wanted you to do was to kind of tweak it and rewrite it. But that's okay. We just only met a couple of days ago.
I did. I rewrote it.
Okay. I still have some solutions for how you rewrote it. So now all of this very wonderful copy here that now will rank for Google. And a lot of people, even though everybody loves video, some people just love to skim. And then they can still watch the video, if those are the people, they're like, oh, this looks like a valuable video. Now I'm convinced and I'm going to watch it. Okay.
Mm.
So and I don't think we have time to go over all of this because we have so many people on the hot throne, but there's certain blog strategies that you need where you again think about SEO, and SEO again is teaching you to SEO works because it's what we're searching for, and it thereby also works to convert to sales because it's what people have on their minds. So again, even if it doesn't work for SEO, it will still work for marketing. So what I want you to do is even think about headlines here that, well, this is good because people might be searching for that. And I think when I looked earlier, maybe you didn't have the headlines before. I think it was just more copy. And now I do see headlines. So, but I would wrap it around better and keep better space. It's too close. This is too much copy to have in this big. You have to keep so it feels easy to read. And at this point, and then you have download the new Fairy app here. Is that you? Did you do that?
Yeah, I did, because just real quick, if you're in the UK, you need to download it in the UK so you can register your address. Whereas if you're in New York and you download it, it's impossible to register your address because it thinks you're American.
Okay, this is that's good. Normally I would like you to try to collect email addresses if you ever give something away. I would move the video up top, and in general, I think I would want to come up with some designy solutions that would be a universal design template for your blog. Because right now this does feel a little bit busy. So, and the other thing is maybe what I'm looking at, because it's so much from transcription, is maybe don't give them everything and then send them over to YouTube to watch everything. Maybe just give them some of it and say, I share more in my YouTube video, and then double dip, get them to read your blog, have enough copy there that you have the potential to rank for SEO, but then get your YouTube channel busy, because then you won't give them the entire thing.
Yeah.
Make them watch the rest, and then it won't be this busy on your blog. So in another session, I'd like to have you come back on and we'll figure out a template for you. But I'll just show you real quickly how I did my very busy blog article on SEO, which is potentially very busy, the one with 44 tips. So I'll just by coincidence pull that one up, although I have other long ones too, to show you how to try to make it not feel. And I know you want visuals because you're trying to entice them with a trip, and this one doesn't need visuals. But I put up something that I'm selling. Oh, and I forgot to mention this.
Karen, did you write this SEO article or did it come from another place?
No, I wrote it.
Okay.
I love SEO. I've turned into an SEO fanatic. It's like I'm a geek of SEO. It's like one of my things.
Okay.
I'm not reading it. Sorry.
So I wrote this article because I've been doing this for like 10 years now, SEO. So I begin every article, and this goes for everybody here. I bring them in with the pain points. Then I mention my background to get them to believe that I can help them in this article. So I would do that too. I would just a couple sentences, Melissa, say why you're the expert on this, right? And then I mention something that I'm selling. And then this is something that my website developer created, which actually works. And I'm going to show you in the back end he created an HTML code that I can put in each time. I'm going to take you to the back end of this article. And hold on a second. It's this little code. And what we do is I change this number to be any course, and then it changes that course. Wow. And I also have something which I'm not an affiliate for, though I should probably be because I use it all the time. Yoast, SEO Yoast, back down here, which recommends other articles to link to, tells me if I hit all of the needs for a strong SEO article and a strong readability,
I have that.
You do have that?
Yeah.
So take a look back here and it will tell you what you need to improve. And you want to make sure this is green, and that you want to make sure you have each article should purposefully try to rank for some SEO keywords. I'm trying to rank for free SEO tools. Okay. So there it is. And then I did SEO tools, website traffic. That one's not coming up as strong, but I definitely baked it with lots of free SEO tool words. So, and you should have at least one internal link and one external link. So internal link means going to something on my site. External link means going to something on another site. Now, I don't like to send people to other people's sites a lot of the time. So what I do is I send them to my Calendly, which is an external link. This is going to Calendly. Or I send them to my Instagram, which is an external link. And even if they don't click, Google likes to see that you have at least one internal link and one external link. And if I'm bothering to have an article like this is actually working as an upsell to have you believe that there's some value in my Make Profitable courses. So I put the HTML coding here to remind them of the product up top, but I don't do heavy selling. I then just share my knowledge. Look how long this article is, but it's very clean. You don't need a lot of images, and too many images slow down the site speed. And Google dings you if your page is slow to load and images are slow to load. And I used to, because I'm the quote poster queen, used to put up so many quote posters and try to make it look so pretty that slowed down those pages. They didn't rank as well. So, but look what I do. Before they go, I sell them again. So that should be down here. Or you could have them signing up for your newsletter, which I think you did. But it should be very clean. That's called a CTA, a call to action. And you don't want to have too many call to actions down at the bottom. So you should just have one. So if it's sign up for my newsletter, then it's sign up for my newsletter. But so up here, you should go, even you just jumped right in. So this doesn't have a warm open. Are you wondering, can you cruise from UK to USA? Yes, you can. Or maybe actually, I would bet Google has it. Can I cruise? You might be wondering, can I cruise? Then you're going to rank for exactly what people are searching for, because sometimes people they type in, can I cruise? So you might do better for ranking there, but it should start with more paragraphs that are more like written from your heart. Hi, I'm Melissa. My background is this, and I love helping people to bobbity boop. Then you say, I just did a YouTube video. Here it is. So you want to build up your YouTube channel, but here's some of the highlights from the YouTube video. Then you put the highlights and then go watch the rest of the YouTube and, and find out, and then maybe use this to sell them to your cruise ports, or put the cruise port links throughout. Use this here. Do you have links for them? Put them in. Make it clickable to the things that you're talking about, because the goal is to make you money. Okay. So that's what I would do. And watch your images, because here it looks like this is for some reason going over this. Okay. So this is our first session. Don't worry. We've got time. I'm sure what I'm sharing is helping a lot of people. So you're not the only one with these needs and questions. And we have 4 months to go over this, but this was a good running head start.
Amazing.
I respect you for taking the ideas that I gave you and running with them and changing them immediately. So that's amazing and wonderful. So good for you.
Thank you so much.
So anybody have any questions from any of this before I go on to the next hot thrown person? Any questions? Okay.
Karen, I have a question on the YouTube, like for the transcript. Do you have to do it when you upload it, or if you didn't do it, can you do it after?
Melissa did it afterwards.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that right, Melissa? You did it after.
Yeah, and actually I left the transcript. And that's a question actually. Is it good to have transcript on YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually upload, you press you click a thing and you get the transcript over the video. And then I just I had the transcripts. I just copied it and actually popped it straight into the blog and edited it in the blog. Yeah.
We're going to figure out how you can do that for all of them. But I do think that it was too long, and you need to write something in the very beginning and something at the end, and not include everything, and make them go to the whole video. So you get the traffic there, and make sure you always link. And that would be your external link, the YouTube link. And then make sure that you have some money-making things in each article. So all of my articles are like almost like lead magnets, because they're free, but I'm mentioning, hey, while you're here, give me your money. You know, I'm joking, but you know what I mean. So, okay, Frank, you're next.
I am, aren't I?
You are indeed. We did a Burger King commercial together, didn't we? Was that
Yes,
what it
we
was?
did.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Oh my God. It's like my mind, my blast from my past. It's so funny.
Yeah, it was like when I saw the book that you did about train your man like a dog. I said, oh man, that's Karen. That's hysterical. That's wonderful.
I was feisty back then, and I'm feisty now.
It's still feisty.
Okay, so you have an incredible background. I screenshot a lot of your stuff here. Oh my God, people, I'm like so tickled and honored that Frank is here with us. Frank's experience also encompasses 25 years as an entrepreneur in the creative arts and as a singer-songwriter for himself and for legendary Temptations, Whitney Houston, all kinds of people. I'm going to let you talk because my vision sucks and it's a small print.
Basically, what I've been basically, as you can see, there's a lot of different things that I've been involved in and continue to be involved in. And somewhere around 2000, after being involved in advertising and doing television commercials and being a school teacher and all these various things, I discovered I had attention deficit disorder. Surprise, surprise. So I decided that I had a moral obligation to work with people who had ADD, and they didn't even know that they had it. They were like, I called it being in a prison. So I've done that, got training to doing that. And after doing it for such a long time, I kind of got settled in there, but I do more than that. You know, it's like, if I work with any entrepreneur I work with has the signs symptoms of somebody with ADD. So I just said, okay, let me kind of settle in here and see if I can develop a business out of that. But right now, I'm been really trying to figure out how do I merge all this. And, you know, I have my music and people say I'm very funny. My personality is not really coming out in what I've designed and where I'm going and who I'm going after. So it's left me somewhat confused. And most recently, I'll just be honest with everybody, I took a very bad fall about a year ago and got a concussion. And my business has completely tanked from that. So now I'm saying, okay, if I'm gonna be moving forward, I got to get going. But when your course came up, I said, oh, this is perfect because I know who you are, you know who I am, and maybe there's a way with your intelligence, you can look at all this and say, you know what, this could be a good direction for you. Or how to combine it all. I'm not really sure. It's almost to the point where it gets embarrassing when I start to tell people what I do. I mean, what you have here is at the bottom of my emails.
I screenshot it from that.
Anyway, I'll shut up right now. So
don't shut up. But I actually think that your ADHD is what you want to lead with, which is what you have a site for, which we're going to show. I have the URL up. Because
by the way, Karen, that site, the original site that I had got hacked. So what you're looking at is like just something I just put up for like, okay, here's something, but that's not the site I had up at all.
Okay. We're going to talk about it.
Okay.
I think that when people are share, like I share that I'm a recovered emotional eater, and and that hero's journey that I spoke about earlier in one of the first slides, really helps people to know, like, oh my God, I've been through this. Believe me, I understand. And even me admitting that at first I was afraid of the technology. And like I did think like I'm too old, and then I talked myself out of that and then learned it. And so can you. The hero's journey helps people. And so I think the fact that you have so many different things that you did is sort of like, look at this, I do have ADHD, look at all my interests. Like there's something kind of actually very impressive about this. I mean, wildly impressive, but also there's a story there that links these different things as a sign that you have so many different interests. And I'm sure a lot of creative people feel this way too. I feel that way. But thankfully, I also do think, Beth says she relates to it. I think we finally kind of live in a world right now that allows you to be many different things. I think it used to be confusing to people when I'm like, you're an author and you're a designer and you're an illustrator. Like, it's like confusing.
Right.
But now we accept that. But the problem is, and I say this about myself, I have so many ideas that sometimes it's hard for me to figure out what to do. And I think of Spider-Man, where they say his gift was his curse was his gift, right?
Yes.
And,
yes, I feel that way. Yes.
And I think I just need somebody to follow me around and go, put that idea down, like, and just figure out what to focus on.
Right.
And I'm going to help you to do that a little.
Thank you.
Figure it out all in one shot today, but we've got 4 months. So one of the things that I want to say to you right off the bat is this link is still live, and it's an HTTP link. And do you remember this link?
Oh yeah, this is all part of what happened when I got hacked. So yeah, I understand.
You have to get rid of it. This link, I actually think I didn't want to keep it up because it's not secure. Anything that's HTTP is not secure. Let me see if my thing remembers it. I think you have it as a redirect to adding, what was it called, Frank?
Adding perspective.
Let's see if it goes there.
You need a colon after the HTTP.
Thank you.
Or your slash. And you'll probably need 2 slashes.
Oh.
There you go. Adding perspective.
Okay, now I'm not doing it right, but I didn't want to leave it up because it's not secure.
Right.
And it looks like it's redirecting to your present site, or you have 2 sites that are exactly the same. But
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I would get this down. I don't know if it's a redirect or you have 2 sites, but this is not secure, and that means it could be hacked. And people will run away from you. And if you have 2 sites exactly the same, Google will penalize your present site. You should never have 2 sites exactly the same. And I'm going to tell guys something also. If you write for another site, like Huffington Post or anything, because I was writing for Mind, Body, Green and Oprah and all of those, and then I'd put the same exact article up on my site, Google penalizes you.
I see.
And what they do is they only care about the first site that had it. So
okay, so it sounds like I should take down, even though the site is being redesigned, and I'm glad I'm seeing this. The site is in the midst of being redesigned. I should take down one of them so that only this HTTP is probably the one that I should take down. So I'm just using one for the time being.
yes. And definitely never, ever, ever have an HTTP. When people, a lot of people come to me, you need an SLL certificate. And then that immediately changes it to HTTPS.
Yes.
But I still have my HTTP for not salmon. Like if you type it in wrong, it redirects because we already created it, and then it just redirects. So it never really exists. So if that would be another way to do it, because it already, I've had my site for like 20 million years. So like it existed at one point. And I have a bunch of different ways. I have it without the WWs, there's, but it all redirects. And I
see.
also have, by the way, I believe I'm still paying for this on GoDaddy. I believe. Yeah. Look, oh, actually, it didn't even redirect. It just goes. But I have my name on there. And that actually, the fact that it doesn't redirect probably means that it helps to make sure that my site ranks for KarenSalmansohn.com, which is what I want. I don't want to have happen like where Amazon would try to beat me in a Google search, which
Right.
happens. So, okay.
Yeah, not redirecting is good too. Some people run away as soon as they put a website in and they see it's redirecting.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
scary.
I even think I have my name spelled wrong as one of these. I forgot what I did now, but I think I spelled it Salmansohn. I did like a bunch of these. I just went into Google and let me see if I remember. It was so long ago. I think I have it spelled wrong. So people can find me because some people will only Google Karen Salmansohn,
Yeah.
So don't be afraid of buying a lot of URLs. Now I'm going to take you through the site. You're about to redo this, right?
Oh yeah, this is, I don't even consider this, anyway, we can go through this, but you said something earlier when you said, I'm going to help you kind of get,
Narrow focused.
narrow focus. So that'd be great. But we can go through this. I can show you a couple of different things about it and why
And then
it's
it's already 12, almost 12. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do it shorter with you, knowing that we have a full 4 months together.
You know what? Go on to somebody else. It's not a problem. I've already got a lot from what we just had a conversation about.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, and this reminds me, by the way, oh, look how much he has. He has books too. And okay, we're going to talk about all of this. But one thing I wanted to say was Instagram. I want everybody, not here because it's going to be hard for me to grab it. I want everybody to email me your Instagram handle, even if you're not active, because I'm going to add you into an Instagram power group where you're going to kind of meet other entrepreneurs. And what happens is if you have a post, I wouldn't do it like all the time, but if you have a post that's particularly important or when you start out, I will introduce you back there. People will like it and people in the group. That way you always have somebody liking your post. And that not only helps with social proof, it also helps with engagement. So, and the more you join in the group and like other people's posts, the more they're going to go, oh, like Melissa's always liking my post. I'm going to like her post, So, and it's a way to make sure that you don't face that dreaded, crickets where you post and nothing happens. So, send me your handle and I'll make sure you get some traffic. So I know like Cindy is actually one of my book clients and you're doing a new Instagram page. So we're going to add you in to one of those groups. Everybody say hi to Cindy. She has a fabulous book coming out.
Hi, everyone. How's everybody doing? I'm all excited. We'll see how it goes. Karen's been working overnight helping me with this, so I'm sure it's going to be great.
It's a beautiful book. Okay, so Sheila's next. Let me find Sheila here and let me see if I can find you and pin you. Sheila. Oh God, I can't find you on here to pin you. Sheila, are you here? Yes?
I am here. Yep.
Okay, well, I'm not going to pin you because I feel stuck on time and I'm not seeing you. Okay. Sheila, you sent me, these are your URLs and we're going to go through them today. And then why don't you yourself, this always helps me to take everything and put it in here, but I think it's also helpful for someone to say out loud what they do. So why don't you share a little bit about what you do with people, what you do, what your brand is, so people can hear your elevator pitch.
Well, I don't feel like I have an elevator speech on this one, and I'm glad Frank went before me, because it was really stirring up a lot for me in the fact that I didn't even share my professional website with you, and I'm wondering maybe if that's where I should be starting. This project that I shared is more of a retirement planning to create a side project. But I'm wondering, maybe I should be focusing on my own professional website, because I don't show up. Like, I really hide myself I've done a course with you and you probably don't even know I did the course because I hid myself. And so I tend to stay in the background. So I'm feeling actually even a little nauseous right now at the thought of, well, what if I revamped my website and I let Sheila shine through?
I think that would be awesome. And Sharon has to go. Sharon, we will put you first next time. Email me something. Email me what you want on the hot throne. I don't know if you jumped off yet, but I'll have you on my hot throne, Sharon, next time. And next time also, Sharon, remind me that you have to jump off early, and then I'll put you up front. Okay. So Sheila, what we're going to do is I'm going to help you as quickly and deeply as I can. Yep. First thing is, I grabbed this from your email. This is common. What you do, you get busy. What did you say? You go on to Canva and you start creating things, and then you post them. Yeah. And this is so common with my clients that I came up, and with myself, I call it diligent procrastination. Yeah. Where you feel like you're doing something, but you're really not moving forward. And you're definitely not moving forward to money. Yeah. So I also know there was one of my clients who was doing fantastic videos on Reels on Instagram. But she wasn't working on her website. And her website was it was not strong, and thereby all of the reels, send them to her site, didn't even matter. If she got, I'm going to make up a story. Let's say somebody shared her and she got 1 million shares on one of her, this didn't happen, I'm just making up a best case scenario. And then people went to her website, they would see a not strong website, and she would not make any money. She had the cart not in the right place, the chicken before the cart, or whatever. I'm joking. Yeah. Chicken before the wheel. And you have to make sure that you're taking them to a place that they will go, oh, this is a professional website. And your website is the most important thing. Now, if you don't have a website yet, and you're building it, what I recommend people do if they're trying to get their social media going, is get them to go to Calendly while you're building your website. And I don't know if anybody has seen it. I'm just showing it to you just to show you my Calendly page. And this is what I told that client to do, is to build up her Calendly page. So Calendly.
Oh my God, look at that. Jesus.
Yeah. So I made it feel almost like a website. And you could probably coast for a while if it's taking you a while to build your website on something like this, where you describe what you do. So, so each different thing, like this is something that I came up with this idea because I have the Tweet course, is I describe it in here. So,
that's fantastic.
It's almost like a sales page, right? And then, by the way, I bothered to write this. This could be a page. I don't even have this on my website because it's just an idea I had one day. Just like that coffee mug. I'm like, oh, let me try this out, So this is a good bridge while you're building, rather than having them go to a website that statistically is not strong. Yeah. So that's something that any of you guys might want to consider in the meantime. Now, your website, this looked like it when you were building it, because it looked like this was a template. I help blank achieve blank. Yeah. And is this what you want to do? And then it said your main CTA, which is call to action. Is this what you plan on doing? This looks like the template for something. What is this?
My goal is to create a resource lounge for mental and emotional wellness.
Love.
And because I work in mental health, I just, I really see that. And I don't want to downplay mental health because I know that there's some serious stuff out there, but I would say in my own practice, probably 70-80% of the people that struggle, they're out of alignment with who they are. And ironically, that's what I'm feeling right now, that I'm out of alignment.
It's not unusual. People teach what they need to focus on themselves, and that's okay. Because then it's more of the hero's journey story. And you can empathize with your people, and empathy can be very powerful in the process.
So that's really my intention, is to bring people back to, rather than diagnosing themselves with anxiety or depression, can we find the misalignment?
And then you coach them. Tell me what the product or service is. Is it
I do plan on doing one-on-one coaching, but more online courses, workbooks, that kind of thing. So it creates a residual income. Okay,
great. Well, you could definitely, this, by the way, I thought was very pretty. I kind of love the colors, and I did think this was also you. I liked your logo. I love your color choices. I thought everything, I got to tell you, I thought it looked very clean. We might need to work on your copy and your offers, and this was your Instagram, and I thought it looked very clean and very pretty, and your colors were very unusual, but still felt very universally appealing. I
think the palette's called Fun or something.
I never would think of it, but the colors together, but it is fun. I was very attracted to the colors. Right, Beth says she loves the color. Very attracted to the colors. And also because they were quirky, it wouldn't be my first thought of combining these, but it works fabulously. So I really think you're onto something here, and everything, your fonts are very clean. So I feel you have a very good style. So we just have to get what Frank is asking, did you do this in Canva? Yes. Yeah. Canva is amazing. And I can teach people Canva while we're on these. So I thought you did great with those. And then, so what I would say is to start off with something small. You're saying that people want bite size. This is your email to me. And the good news is bite size is easier to create. So a lot of times people are like, I want to create this big course. It's going to solve everything, right? And because you want to help people.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is that the customer journey begins with something small, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And the other thing is, I want everybody to have quick wins and easy wins. So to create a mini course is then you get to feel like I accomplished that. And then that will give you your confidence to do the next thing. And you're actually growing as your customer journey is growing anyway. There's something called tripwires, which is a famous thing in marketing, where you give somebody something really inexpensive to buy first. It could be $12.99, $17.99, $27. I think after 27, it kind of is pushing it for a tripwire. And then my ebooks are tripwires. So, and then you keep raising it up until you get to a higher level. So, and so I would start with a small course, and we could figure out what that is as we move along in these 4 months together. And I do think you're onto something, and I'd like to help you crystallize it in language in another session. Is that good?
Okay. Yes, and I think I'll book a one-on-one with you, maybe to just go over my professional website to just create the challenge to put myself out there.
Okay, great. I'd love to have you one-on-one. We can accomplish a lot. Like a Melissa and we were on quickly, and I was like, boom, 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 because you can see I talk fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Sure. So next up is the lovely Faith. Let me unpin and repin. And let me find Faith.
Calamity cocktails. Wow, that's fabulous.
Faith is so funny and so warm and so lovely. Faith is an ongoing masterminder. And you sent me a video. Faith, did you disappear? Where are you? I thought I just picked you. Where are you? Faith, are you here?
I'm here.
Did I just pin you? Where are you? There you are. I did just pin you. Yes. So I watched your video and I just took a couple of little screenshots of it. This was an old video. You're not using this now, correct?
No, I haven't ever used it. I just sent it to you so that you could get an idea of what I want to do.
Well, you're adorable on camera. Very neat. Very adorable. So why don't you, because I think it helps people. Oh, and Chris said to Sheila, my interest is very similar in pivoting from sickness to wellness and post-traumatic. So I also think there's some ways that people that are somewhat similar could even do something together. We can discuss how that could happen, but there's power in what I call co-opetition instead of think of it as competition to see how you might team up. In fact, when I saw Faith, you have your thing about removing the why from calamity, not asking why. That's what Cindy's book is about. It's about not asking why. And I'm like, oh, I think that Faith and Cindy might be able to team up on something.
That would be great.
Right? So, and I want everybody to network because there's power, and then you don't feel like you're doing this alone. And that's like a big part of what can drain entrepreneurs is like feeling that aloneness. You know?
Absolutely, boy.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's the joy of these groups. So Faith, tell people a little bit about your book. So you practice sharing about it, and then this was the thing about forget the why, where I thought of you, Cindy.
Awesome.
And this is, oh no, that's Laura. So tell people a little bit about what you want help with today, because I wasn't sure after I saw everything what you want me to focus on today for you.
So I have written a book. I finally finished the writing portion of it. It's a memoir about snapping back after setbacks. So it includes all of the different calamities that I've been through in my life, from guns to my head, being robbed, shipwrecks, losing everything in a hurricane, hot air balloon crash, etc. And so there's 52 chapters, and what I know that I need to do, well, it's a 3-part book. So first is the story about whatever shook me up. Then the next is the chaser, what I learned from it. And then the third part is going to be a drink, which is the part about celebrating the end of a disaster. And that is with a spirited and a free-spirited cocktail recipe. So I haven't gotten to that portion yet, but I figured that is a way that would make it easier to market the book. And so I'm at a point now, I mean, I have some people that I'm friends with that work in Hollywood that are interested in possibly making it into a series.
Great. I mean, you have so many fabulous stories. I could see you selling it to Netflix, because like all the crazy things that have happened to you, it's like fabulous, you know. Sorry to say that. It's fabulous how many bad things have happened to you.
No, I made it through them, so it's fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you looking for marketing ideas, or are you looking for?
Yeah, well, so I'm looking really, I mean, this was my idea of kind of how to set up a website and maybe doing a YouTube channel or something, because I know I don't have any platform at all, because I have no social media presence. I have a full-time job that I work in that has nothing to do with this. So it's just, I don't know how to start, like how to set it all up at the very beginning, you know, start this whole social media thing. Everything that you've been saying up until now is Greek to me for sure. And so I
Well,
guess
we definitely need a website for you. Do you have any website? Because you had photos of some website, but I didn't, it's not live,
this
right?
is just the idea that I did on that video of, you know, of setting up a website. I had kind of put up one, but I don't even know how to operate one. So that's the thing I need help with, I think. Like, are there people that can help you kind of like put it all together in the beginning until you get started? I don't know.
You could
And
bring
how do
in,
you start
could go-
getting
yeah,
viewers?
I would go on Upwork and like find people on there that have good ratings. And then I can help you to make sure that the website, like they could be, it's funny, when I was in advertising, we used to call certain art directors risks, like they did the work, but you tell them what to do. I just remember that's like an old phrase. Frank, do you remember that phrase, risks, where you would?
Yeah.
So they could be the wrist, where I would tell you, well, make sure, and actually, you know, nowadays everybody kind of knows what to do, but you have to make sure you do it right, because even Sheila's site here, I help target audience achieve desirable outcome. You know, this is sort of exactly what's there, and then you want above the fold your freebie. So Frank, you're going to want to do this, and Cindy, you're going to want to do this. Anybody who's just building a new website, you want to have your pain point, what you do, your transformation, but then you have to write it in UE language. So if it did just say, I help achieve, you know, it's a little bit like, you know, it doesn't have your flair. The colors can do it, your logo can do it. And I do like to have your photo up top so people can just really feel you at the top. And then this part should be like your UE or language, and then definitely a lead magnet here that gets them excited. It could be a chapter of your book. I'm totally fine with that. Or it could be something if you want to lead them to hiring you for something. What is the end goal? Is it to sell your book? Is it to do extra things beyond the book? Tell me a little bit about the ultimate long-term goal.
Yeah, it would be to monetize the site. I mean,
but is it more than the book, or is it, and it's okay if it's just the book, is it the book, is it coaching, is it something like that?
No coaching. I don't see me doing that at all.
So if it's the book, then what helps is, a lot of people do this, is that you have some sort of like some freebie that's like, if you buy the book, then you get the freebie. Like, and it could be a couple of videos. It could be, you know, what you could do is you can network here and say, get like, you know, $500 worth of things. And then everybody here could share their freebie and give it a dollar value, like on my, and if they buy your book, then you give it to them. So like on all of my courses, I have something that I'm giving away. I'm just trying to even see which ones. The anxiety cure, maybe it's a good one to show you, because that's, yours is with, you know, with overcoming trauma and everything. So down here, after people buy, I go instant free bonus. I only have two here, an $18. One of them is mine, and the other one is from a woman I networked with. And I gave realistic prices. A lot of people give like free ebook, you know, $150, you know, 8-minute audio, like 30, but I like to keep it real. But if you get, and even on my Tweak a Week course, I asked people from my mastermind last time to give me some stuff. It could add up. You could have like, you know, especially since you don't want to do coaching, you could use other people's freebies, you know, for it. So here, these are people from my other mastermind. So I have snag over $38, but with the book, for a first book, and Cindy, this holds true for you too. You could be something from you, or it could be like a bunch of people that's on it. If Cindy, you do want to do, you know, you want to be a therapist for people. So
yeah.
You might
I just realized I'm kind of doing everything wrong. I'm actually going to meet with my website guys at 12:30, and I'm like, oh no, I put
don't worry.
all the way at the end. They basically have been doing everything I tell them to do without any guidance. So I've just been flying solo, just coming up with ideas. So I think I'm gonna have to book a one-on-one with you because and there's no keywords, the freebies at the bottom,
I'll help you. I'll help you.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing is the SEO, but SEO and marketing persuasion are all sort of related. But one of the weird things about me is that I am a writer, I'm a designer, I'm an SEO person. So I wear all the hats at the same time. And so I think kind of 5 trajectories, like it's good SEO, but it's good persuasion copy, but it's good design. Like I try to like merge them as I think about it, but so you can also, Faith, I saw your Calamity toolkit. I thought that was adorable. You could also just include your freebie there and then give it a dollar value. And you're very strong on camera. I really did think you were very strong. And you look very confident, you could also just do some kind of, even though you don't want to coach or anything, you could call it some kind of a workshop. You call it a workshop or a seminar on something. And then that could be included, but come up with something that's a dollar value. And you say, buy my book. You've seen these pages and I've had them on my site, but it's not live now because I don't have anything new right now. Come back with your Amazon code, your Barnes and Noble code, your receipt code, put it in, which by the way, is all bull dinky. People could type in anything, their zip code, their social security number, and they get the freebie. It doesn't know, but most people don't know. And then you send them the freebie, but then you grab their email address, which is also important because Amazon does not grab their email address. And these days, whatever business you're in the email collection business. And I wasn't on Instagram for a little bit because I was dealing with some family stuff. And it did not affect my income at all because my list is really what is the highest conversion to money. So you want to make sure that you grab their email addresses, and having one of those pages double dips because you're getting them to buy your book, but you're also getting them to give you their email addresses to get the freebie. So your main sales page for your book should be an email collector. Buy my book now and get this for free, and come back and give me your email and this, and then I'll deliver this to you. And the other thing that you want is once you get their email addresses, then you could try to entice them to write reviews on Amazon, because that's going to also lift up your sales, is to encourage people to write reviews. And we can talk about that as well. And I think you're so strong on camera. I know that people love stories. Like people watch YouTube sometimes, like they have all these like people that do podcasts on YouTube where they're like the strange story of, and all it is a person who's very comfortable on camera, which is you, and charismatic, which is you, telling this strange story. And people watch. My son and I watch these together, like some story about all these people that were dying and in the hospital because somebody came and they didn't know why this person was, making people faint and die. And like you sat there riveted and watched the whole story. And I can picture you doing those yourself and posting other people's stories as well.
Well, that was the idea that I had for the YouTube thing, to build up a platform, was to start with one of my calamities and have it, just like very short, like 1 or 2 minutes, like a hurricane, and have it, in the background or whatever.
But I would tell the whole story. Don't be afraid of going longer with some of these stories.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Some of the ones that my son and I watch could be, some of them are very long, but they have an audience already baked in and built in. So again, it's the customer journey. Somebody might not commit right away, spending 10 minutes with you, until they're like, oh, these are good. And then like, I'll spend 10 minutes. It's sort of like, earning their trust. But I would make sure that you have enough meat there. Like I wouldn't just make it feel like a promo, an ad. I would make it feel like a story. And then say, oh, I could tell you more, and I do in my book, blah, 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 you know. But make sure you get them. You get them with the story. So
Right.
don't just make it like, it's adorable, the rocks falling and the hurricane, because it gets me at the hello, and you have to get them at the hello. But then give them a little something. And like, we're like, oh, that was good, you know? And then you make them want to come back. And I'm thinking of those podcasts where people have them, like, they have these mystery, like, who killed so-and-so, you know? And you watch, and it's just a talking head, but the person's like very good at telling the story. How do you, it sounds like that's what you want to do. And I'm saying,
Yeah, I wanted to do that, and then, you know, tell like briefly like the lesson, and then do the drink, the recipe thing. So have it as the cocktail mixing or whatever, celebrating the end of the disaster, because I thought of that as a way to potentially help the book. You know, I don't want to start with the book, and then help, you know, to, you know, maybe if I can get companies that want to be in the book, that
I
they
think
would.
the cocktail, you could get a company. I think you could get one of these really cool artisan type alcohol places to want to be part of it.
There's so many craft alcohol and craft non-alcoholic now. I mean, it's a huge movement. And so I really want to capitalize on that also. And then if they, you know, agreed to buy X number of books, then they could be in the book, you know, instead of.
I absolutely love that idea. I think that's great. And if you want to craft a pitch email and bring it in here, we can polish up your pitch email.
Okay, like, what do you mean, a pitching email? Oh, like
write into an artisan alcohol place and go, hi, I'm,
okay.
you know, I just wrote this book and I'd like to work out a deal. If you do this, I do that, and then we do this. And then bring it here to the mastermind, and then we'll polish it up together.
Okay, cool.
I think it's a really great idea. I love that idea.
That's fantastic, Karen. Wow.
Yeah. So, and Wanda said,
interested in reading.
Right?
Yeah.
Could recipes for a few of your drinks be the freebie? Yeah, that could be it. And then Wanda's like, partner with such a company, maybe give them a coupon to that company. Yeah, even a coupon. The company would love that. And then, but you want the company, you want the company also, the best case scenario is the company also promotes you. But giving your people something that's a value is also good. But again, I call it being greedy. I want both. I want you to give your people something free from the company, but I want the company to promote you too. If you can, if you could double dip, that would be great. But if not, one dip is still good, you know? So I'm excited to see this move forward. I really am. Okay. Any other questions before I speak about moving on? You know? Okay.
No, I just wanted to feel out, like, if you thought that was.
I love.
Okay, and everything.
And I would make sure you do enough where you're the star before you invite other people on.
Yeah, I don't really plan on inviting other people on.
Oh, I thought I saw something about inviting other people. But I would just make sure, because your stories are great, and I would definitely make you the hero of this. Okay. And I think it's a Netflix idea. I think it's great. I think you could sell this to Netflix. You should do a pitch.
Yeah, that's what my friend is working on. So, and
yeah, I love it. Oh, Cindy's jumping off. Okay, bye, Cindy. All right. So next up.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. Next up, we have Laura. And Laura, where are you,
I'm here. Do you see me?
Let me find you. Start talking and then I'll find you.
Hello. Hey, Karen.
Oh,
hey, everyone.
Can't find. Oh, there you are. Now I see you. Okay. But for some reason, I don't see you. I just see a black screen. Are you being shy today?
I think I have my camera on. That's weird, huh? Unless there's something technical, because let me just turn it on and off. Can you see me now?
No. I don't know why. Is something blocking the little dot at the top of your computer?
Oh, yeah, I know what's
There you
happening.
go. There you go.
Yeah, we
It's
saw
happening.
the sign of life.
I know what's happening. Does it work now?
No, but we did see a moment. I saw something yellow and like maybe a
Oh,
note.
because I have an app on my phone because I was playing around with you.
Ah, okay, it's okay. We'll see you next time on your face. We can still keep going.
It looked like a grilled cheese sandwich and I got it hungry.
Oh, there she is. Oh, now I don't hear you. I see
Camera
you.
was connected to my laptop and
There
it
we
was
go.
facing the desk, so there was nothing there. So
Oh my God.
yeah. So I was playing around with using my phone as like a webcam, and I guess it automatically connected. So okay, mystery solved.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I did include your email here because I felt people will relate to this. And this has to do a little bit with the diligent procrastination slightly. And I think it might even be what leads to it, the perfectionism, the overthinking perfectionism.
I know, maybe it's ADHD too. I start a lot, but it can be a lot of things, right?
It's a
So
lot of things.
so I start down one path, I feel stuck. So right. So yeah. So then I'm like, oh, it's similar to what you were talking about before. I feel like I want to do something. So then I start working on something else and I never finish anything. So yeah, this theme has come up over the course of today. So yeah.
A lot of people have it.
A lot of people.
And Frank said he's happy to help you with the ADHD. You are not alone. Beth feels it. I feel whenever I have to do something new, I stall by doing something or I keep trying it, so I relate to it.
Yeah, I need what you said. I need somebody to follow me around and slap my hand to keep me focused.
So I'll try to do that as best as I can. So,
yeah. So if you want me to just talk, I know last time when we met, we talked about, getting me a small win, right? So focusing on a lead magnet. And then we talked about what would be, I really, same thing as I have so much life experience and so many interests, and I've had a lot of different things, a journey of different struggles and areas of success and areas where I still struggle, right? So I've got all these different interests. So just staying focused. So when I thought back on, okay, really what's the first step? It really is around like shifting your belief or shifting the way you think about or experience something, right? Because until you do that, you can't change your behavior. And then, so I said, okay, what's one tool? What's one first program? And then it was like self-talk, because that can relate to a lot of different things, right? It can relate to creating healthier habits, healthier body image, just creating a better relationship with yourself, right? So it can spill over into all different areas. And so that I thought would be a good mini course. And then from there's a lot of different tools, right? And we talked about a bunch of them. Some of them I have worksheets on that I've used in the past, working with one-on-one clients. And so we started talking about wallpaper, right? Like just something really simple. And you gave me a chance to create something, like a personal empowering statement or focus statement to keep me focused on my goals, right? So I did that. But so I came up.
Is it on your phone now? Is it on your phone now?
It's on my phone now.
It's your daughter's photo?
Yeah, it's my daughter's photo. I don't know. Can you see it?
Show everybody. What's it say?
It says, people out there need my tools and insights. And it's a picture that my daughter, who lives out in the LA area, who's also a singer-songwriter, creative type, she was hiking out in the LA area and they're having a super bloom. And I just thought it was so beautiful. And I loved how it had, it also was a little inspiring because it showed some interesting colors in the clouds and this little peak of light poking through. So I used it. Yeah.
Now, we met privately and I want to share what you put because I think it will help a lot of people. So one of the things when I've been stuck, and I do think mindset matters a lot in this, and that's what keeps people kind of spinning without moving forward, is fear or imposter syndrome, like all of these things. And we all have it. Even somebody who's, a star wonders, like Beyonce, I'm sure, is like, at some point she's like, do I have anything left to give my fat? Like, did I shoot my wad, or whatever the people say, so
Right.
people all wonder this at some point. So what I've told myself in the past when I've been stuck is, like, when I was writing my bounce back book, and that's what I think of for that, was a resiliency psychology book. And I was like fading in the middle of writing it. And then I kept thinking to myself, no, people need this. I need to finish this book because people need this book. And thinking about how people needed it helped me. And so I want you all, if you're ever like stuck, like think, no, I have to get this out there. There are people out there who need this. People need my help. And when you tap back into that, it gets you to try to get it out there faster, to keep moving forward. So that's what we worked on, to have it as a mobile screensaver for you. And has it helped? Have you been looking at it and reading it? Has it?
It has helped. It has helped. And actually, it's helped in the fact that I did carve out a lot more time to work on my stuff this week, but I feel like it wasn't it wasn't as productive, right? So I was getting up earlier, I was working on it in the morning, I was spending time after dinner, doing, trying to do more of the Canva stuff, because I thought that's more relaxing to do, with, not the heavy mind lifting, trying to think of the word crafting, right? So, but I did feel like I'm spinning my wheels, right? I started out one direction, and then with the wallpaper, and I think, I haven't had much success with the text to image on Canva. So, and I just realized, and so then I found some images I like, but then I realized, just reminded me when you talked about my image, images that really relate to me personally are like nature, right? And I do have a lot of beautiful images of pictures that I've taken, or, my daughter's taken. My older daughter likes to travel a lot, so she sends me a lot of beautiful pictures. And so maybe that's what I should use for my wallpaper. So I can do that. But then I'm like, oh, do people really want that? You know what I mean? And how do I deliver it? And
what I'd love for you to do is know that.
Overthinking it. How do I deliver it? And then
I want you to not feel like it's so precious that you have to only have one lead magnet.
Right.
People have multiple lead magnets. I just want you to say, sometimes there's like a famous better done than perfect, or something like that. Yep. Right? So, and if you bring it into the group, I can make it perfect, like, or perfect-ish, like, just get it done. And then,
and how many would be good would it be 5, 3? I mean, because not everybody's going to resonate with the same one.
Right. It's the phone wallpaper that's self-talk. That's for health.
Yep.
Okay. So, 3.
Okay.
And then make them, and then that will give you some room. So rather than just doing one, and Canva has so many great things, or just start with one thing. Start with the words and then figure out what's the image, or start with the image and then think about what words. Like, sometimes I work backwards. I look at the image first. I fall in love with an image, and then I come up with the words.
Okay. And then the other thing is how do I bundle that into a lead magnet? Like, because usually you think of a lead magnet and there's some kind of opening paragraphs, right? Usually a personal story about why this tool has helped, how this tool's maybe helped me, and maybe
lead magnet's very short copy. If it's too long, you're not doing it right. So I'm just going to go to an old client of mine. And once you get your lead magnet, I mean, this is a client from many years ago, and I think she's still using the same lead magnet. Learn the 7 mistakes. So this is what I have people do. I wrote and designed this whole site, and it's kind of like my philosophy on sites. But she uses a ribbon up here. I have a ribbon on my site. I would actually make this ribbon a little bit wider than she has. Her site has slightly changed a little bit since we worked together, but it's also down here. Hold on, let me move this. Learn 7 mistakes. Look how little copy this is. Learn 7 mistakes women entrepreneurs make and what to do instead. Okay. The number 7 is good, but you're going to get 3 self-talk wallpapers. For some reason, people resonate with the number in there, but look how little copy it is. You don't have to oversell. It's like, boom. It's a lead magnet. You don't have to overthink it.
But inside the lead magnet, do I just have the images with some kind of introductory paragraph with a short story about me?
A little bit, because you're also wanting them to get to know you. Yeah.
Right.
You could say, self-talk is important because of this, or start off with a pain point. Right now, are you feeling this? Are you feeling that? Get them nodding their head yes. So they're like, oh, she understands me. Well, if so, I've been there too. And, but not that long, because it's a lead magnet, not that long. And then have a call to action, CTA, inside of the lead magnet that even says, and it could be in the email too when you deliver it. It says, work with me. I can help you further, like one-on-one, explore more here. And if you don't have your website yet, take them to Calendly and just have a Calendly page. And if you're new and you don't have a lot of presence, give them a 15-minute with you. So you can have your prices there so they see what your prices are. If you only lead them to a 15-minute, that might not be enough if you don't have a website. So if they're new to you, where's my Calendly, just to show you, doing something like this, but mine's probably a little bit too robust, but you want them to see what else you have to offer, but have this first, the 15 minutes, so they don't just think you're all about the freebie if you don't have your website yet. But let them see that you're charging money and that you're really doing this, and they don't know if this is the bridge to a website or this is just what you're going to do, but it looks professional enough that and you might want to use, because this is coming from my website, you might want to use, hi, I'm Laura, I'm an expert on this and this. But I didn't do that.
Okay.
And then we looked at the colors that you love. I would make sure that even though you're going to do 3 different ones, I would, because this is your first intro to you, I'd probably keep it kind of in the same family. Like, they don't have to be brother and sister, but they should be like brother and cousin. Like they shouldn't look completely different.
Right. Okay.
And I'm picking 3 because I really want you to get it done. But then after this, we can figure it out and get your story going. And we started to work on your story. And once you have your story down, what can happen is, after a while, it's just like copy and paste. Like, when I write my blog, I kind of know what I'm going to say, and I alter it just slightly. And even my sales pages kind of say the same thing. Just, it's sort of like, how I think of it as like a taco, a burrito, a tostado, right? They're all sort of the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you know, I'm offering cheese and beans and ground beef and lettuce and tomatoes, then you just kind of deliver it slightly different in each thing. But you're like, oh, where's my lettuce? Let's serve some lettuce over here. That's kind of what I do. I keep grabbing for the things that I know. Once you know yourself, it becomes easy.
Yeah. And I know that I think that would make me have a lot more confidence too. I think I have a lot of little mini stories, and then we talked about where to start, right, with my About Me page. But I feel, then I have to kind of have a mini story for the different courses, and I have them. A lot of the courses are based on my own pain, right, and my own challenges, some that I've overcome, some that I'm still working on, right? So Yeah, so just coming up with that. I
Doesn't
think I
have to be
have them.
long.
I know what the
Yeah.
stories are, but I'm not, just developing a better skill at clearly, simplistically, and writing them in a way that connects, right? And engages.
I did think
Yeah.
what you sent me was really strong. I just wanted to have you like a grabber couple sentences.
Yeah, I've been working on that. So, and you gave me some good ideas. So I've been playing around with a couple of them, and so I should be
I'm
able to
excited
finish
to
that.
see, because I want to emphasize what you gave me was very strong. So don't fret. It's like I'm not just going in, because the opening is what gets them to keep reading. So I just
Right.
really only wanted you to go back in and kind of finesse that opening.
Yep.
But then after that, it's smooth sailing, really.
Right. Okay.
So, and I also want you to know that it doesn't have to be a lot of copy on a sales page. That's like your story for each one, like Broken Heart Recovery here. I don't even have that much copy about my story. Oh, I begin, by the way, here. I try to vary it, but while I'm here, I'll just show you. These are questions that clients have asked me. And so I just put it in up top. Sometimes asking those questions, you're getting people nodding. That's me, that's me, that's me. And then here's my story. I mentioned my background a little, but then I tell my story, and it's almost like in a haiku. It's so short. It's like this little bit here. It's like not even that long inside the course. Now my background is very long, but the story is almost like very quick, in and out, and and then a lot of bullet points on a sales page, more than anything.
Okay.
Okay, you feeling good?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited
That's
too.
amazing, really.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for getting me focused.
Sure. Okay. So it's 12:47. I can take a spontaneous person. And then Frank said, send me an email about setting up the one-on-one. And then let's see, Beth, Chris, you don't have to go today because we have many sessions to come, but does anyone want to pop on, or do you want to percolate on what you want to talk about? And I can put you on a hot throne. The sooner you write to me about getting on the hot throne, the more I can make sure that you're on. So like hold the space, like write to me, Karen, hold the space for me. I want to be on the hot throne, and tell me very directly if you have to get off like earlier, and then I'll position you in the front. So
I'll tell you, this has been so great. I feel so relieved, Karen.
Oh,
really.
good.
And everybody, I mean, just wonderful.
It's a great group of people, right?
Yeah.
I know, like everybody on this group, I feel like I could have like coffee with and just like hang out.
Yeah.
I love my people.
I'm gonna have to jump off, everybody. Thank you. I'll see you in 2 weeks, and I'll talk to you, Karen.
Okay. Bye, Frank. Thanks.
Blessings, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, here's my last thing. It's just a reminder. My hope for you: may you quit overthinking things. May you stop replaying failed scenarios and stop feeding self-doubts. May you always find a glimmer of silver lining in a challenging situation. May you be able to enjoy the journey even when the destination is uncertain. That's my little reminder for you. And so thanks for joining, everybody. And I'll see you the last week in May, which is on the email, the exact date that is. I don't remember off the top of my head. But thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And if you're new here, email me your Instagram handle so I can add you into the Instagram Power Group. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Karen, so much.